Hey everyone. So in one of my recent interviews, interviewer asked what is data drift and how to monitor the data drift in production. There were multiple follow-up questions as well. We'll try to answer all of them. So the first thing is what is data drift, right? So the data drift occurs when the statistical distribution of input data basically changes over time, and that affects basically the model performance. So there are various type of data drift. The one is known as feature drift. So what happened in this, the input feature changes but the relationship between the input and output remain the same. And there is a second one is basically concept drift. So what happened in this is the relationship between the input features and output labels that get changed. And the third one is label drift. So here the distribution of output labels changes over time. Okay, for example, let's suppose a fraud detection model which was trained on 2022 transaction data, it might fail to fail in 2024 because if customers behavior changes, right? So that's the thing. Now the second step is how we can monitor the data drift in production, right? So step one is basically you collect the real-time data. So basically you can take the log of the incoming data, basically what is the features, what type of feature is coming, predictions, as well as timestamps, right? And you should also store the historical data for comparison purpose, right? And we can use the streaming tools like Apache Kafka, AWS, or Google PubSM, these all things, right? Now after you collected the real-time data, the second step is nothing but you compute the drift matrix, right? So there are various technique which help to detect the drift. So the first one is basically population stability index. So what it does is it measures the shift between two distributions. So you basically calculate the PSI and check if the PSI is less than, in general, if it is less than 0.1, we say that no significant drift is there. But if it is PSI is between 0.1 to 0.2, we say that there is a moderate drift has happened. And if it is greater than equal to 0.2, we generally say that there is a significant drift. And that's where the alert comes into the picture. You just send an alert that there is a data drift which happened. There is also a KL divergence, that also a type of test which we can use to measure the difference between it may basically measures the difference between two probability distribution. And what happened, basically you check if the KL divergence is greater than certain threshold, you basically say that the drift has occurred. There is also a test known as KS test. So that compares the cumulative distribution of historical and new data. And you calculate the p-value, and then we just check if the p-value is less than 0.05. We said that the drift is detected, right? So these are the things. And now coming to the step 3. In step 3, what we does is you monitor the model performance. So even if the input data is stable, right, concept drift may, so there might be chances still the drift may occur. So maybe there will be prediction drift, like changes in the model output distribution, or you might see that there is an accuracy drop, right? So compare model prediction with actual labels, and you might see there is a feature import and shift. Like you can use sharp and lime for the explainability to check whether there is a feature import and shift is happening or not. And after you do all this detection, then comes is automating the drift alert, right, where you can use certain tools to directly send an alert. So overall, to summarize, right, to monitor the drift, the first thing is you collect the real-time data. The second thing is you compute the drift matrices like PSI, KL divergence, or case test. The third one is you monitor the model performance using accuracy prediction drift. And the fourth one is you automate the drift alert. You can use Kafka, you can use Slack, or we can use certain different technique you can use. And the fifth one is you retrain the model dynamically based on the detected drift. So if you have detected there is a drift, just retrain the model. So these are the ways by using which you can easily handle the data drift in in a production environment.